So in fencing, there are three different kinds of weapons. There's the foil, the epee, and the sabre, right? So each one is slightly different. So the foil is based on the traditional dueling weapon, and it has a slender blade and has a point at the end, and is based on the old style duels where it was duel to the death, where you basically wanted to kill the guy at the end of battle. And that was the basis of foil. And so in foil, basically, the point is that you want to stab them through the body. So when you're fencing foil, only the body is target area, because that is the death points. That is where you're going to kill the other guy. So this is generally what you'll be taught in a beginner's class. It is usually the middle ground between attack and defense, because basically you're trying to defend yourself from the kill blows and then return the attack, all right? It is a right-of-way weapon, so when you're actually fencing it, you have to declare your attack. So you basically have to be showing that I am making the aggressive action, and your opponent basically has to stop it, or else basically it's like running into somebody and they're just going to let them get hit, and then they're just going to kind of swing their blade out in their general direction to defend themselves. So the idea of right-of-way is introduced, all right? So basically the person making the attack gets the touch in this weapon, and so if you're an aggressor, you make it. If the other person stops it, then they have the chance to riposte and basically take your aggression and put it back against you and make a parry riposte, all right? So there's a lot of attacking, parrying, riposting in foil. The next weapon I'm going to go over is the epee. This was the old dueling weapon, except this wasn't the one where you wanted to kill the other guy. Right? And epee, basically, it is first blood wins. Right? So literally an epee, it is the first to touch the other opponent. Right? So this makes it a very defensive weapon. You want to basically make sure that you can stop all their attacks, and then when the time arises, you get that touch. First blood, you get it. All right? This is easily the simplest of the rules. Basically, first one to hit wins. All right? You notice the guard is much bigger on this one. That is to protect your hand. Whereas the foil, you're not protecting the hand because that is not a vital organ. So you only have a small guard, whereas the epee has a much larger guard. All right? And the blade is much stiffer. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is stiffer and based on the old dueling epee. So for epee, the entire body is target area. So you can hit anywhere from the toe to the tip of the head, to the crotch, to the arm, to the ear, wherever, right? And usually the mass will hit you in the ear. But epee is basically the entire body's target area, anywhere you can land on something, right? And that's pretty much it for epee. Just first blood, gets the touch, very simple. Last but not least is the sabre. This is based on the cavalry sabre, right? At least that's what traditionally is based on. Basically, the idea is that you are now having a slashing weapon. So unlike those two, where it was the point, and only the point could hit, this you can hit with the entire blade, all right? It's based on cavaliers who would ride on their horseback and swing down at people. But the idea is that if you are on horseback against another person, you're going to be fighting them, and basically the goal is to not hurt the horse, because if you can kill the guy on the horse, you can take his horse with you, all right? So the target area is waist and above, all right? So anywhere above the waist, not including the hands, is target area in sabre. And so this makes it much more aggressive because you can hit with any part of the blade, and basically it follows also the right-of-way rules. So the aggressive action will get the right-of-way and get the touch. So basically, the person making the attack, if I'm swinging, you have to stop my attack before you can riposte, all right? Because the idea is that if you just kind of stick your blade out there and try to, quick stab me, my blade is going to come down on you and you're going to get hit, all right? So right-of-way rules apply. The whole, I need to stop his attack before I can make my riposte type of thing, all right? And that's basically sabre is basically going at each other. You're trying to take right-of-way, hit the other opponent, not let them hit you.